What's good, everybody? How you doing out there, world? Are you really ready for the truth? Are you really ready to stop hating everyone or placing blame on everyone that the blame shouldn't be placed on? Because if you are ready, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the impact of this channel. The blind must see. For years now, I've been trying to give you the best I have to offer on these subjects. This, as you know, is the truth about Megan's Law. This is the shit nobody wants you to know. Is this the biggest issue in the world that the world should be caring about, or America should be caring about? It depends on who you are. But if you're still listening and still watching this video, please take this information and know where you could put those focuses at if you're feeling you need to focus in on something. Alright, from the top, we're going to start off with, what is Megan's Law? When did it start? Who started it? And why wasn't it there before? First off, Megan's Law started in New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey. A girl named Megan, a little girl named Megan, was raped and murdered by a white man who is still alive to this day, sitting in death row. And yeah, it's true, you know, a lot of people have been executed in the state of New Jersey in this time frame, and New Jersey miraculously takes the death penalty away right before their cash cow, who created Megan's Law, the system Megan's Law, up for the state of New Jersey and for the world, well, for the United States, could be executed. The one main way and wave to show and prove to the world that this government doesn't stand for racism, I mean, not racism, but doesn't stand for rape, or the rape of young innocent people, or the abuse of young innocent people, or the abuse of women. And the whole, they had that one opportunity and they chose to fold on that opportunity, and they took the death penalty out of the state of New Jersey just to save that man's ass, and so that the impact of his death and what his charges were and who he was could forever remain in history. But they're gonna let time deal with that. They're gonna let him get old, live to be old, after raping a white girl. This is how white people do. It's nepotism. If it's a white male that's doing something or started something, they're not going to receive the harshest penalties. It'll be 1,000 black people that receive a harsh or harsher reality or penalty than white folks when it comes to law. And nothing really becomes law until a white man does it. You see how this is the way how laws actually work. I'm educating you guys at the same time. Nothing becomes law until a white man does it. Or abuses it. Or get caught doing it. You can look at Nixon, Watergate. You can look at the insurgent on the White House. Can't do that no more. You know, nothing becomes law until a white person has done it and succeeded at it. And that's it. I mean, like, even with the bailouts with the Wall Street Journal. I'm like, this world is so fragile and so new that the very things that you think are being done aren't being done. You got police stations right now to this day with rape kits sitting inside their stations untested. Why? Because the world doesn't want a cure. Not even the world doesn't want the cure. The government doesn't want a cure. People in power doesn't want cures like that. People in power don't want places like that up and developing systems that could trap them at any given time and expose them and ruin them and pay out to the right people. But if you all as citizens continue to allow the butt fucking to happen to you, then you shouldn't even complain about when a person actually goes up to harm your kids, because you're doing more harm to your kids by not knowing and not doing anything. Okay? And you're doing more harm to yourself and your neighbors by knowing and not doing anything. So a lot of people lost their lives just for us to be able to have freedoms that we got in this world. A lot of bloodshed, a lot of wars had to go off. And yeah, you know, you gotta really think. You gotta really, really, really think. You know. Now back to this subject I was speaking on. Okay. We place all these titles on the backs of our government that hasn't earned it since its existence, since the insurrection of police. Have they never been upstanding? Never been upstanding to the full majority? Because you got to think about it. In the 1600s, right before and after all these wars, where they fought off the Brits, there were slaves. Slaves meaning people that white men raped at any given time, did whatever the fuck they wanted to. People who still to this day can't be protected under any circumstances, will not be martyred as being an endangered species. You know, they got Petco defending animals. They got Ukraine funds, foundations, Save Ukraine foundations established. But they didn't want to pass the William Lynch Act that would have protected us and given us the rights that the Constitution did not include. But nobody's fighting for this because nobody's aware of this. I mean, like, they even got where Holocaust victims got servants got paid back for that. America is the only country in the world that did not apologize publicly with finance growth available to people. It's people that it wrong. You know what I'm saying? To the very people that they wrong. You know? Slavery is swept up under the rugs. It's not mentioned in school. It's not to the extent to where, you know, there's been some type of miraculous change in it, because it hasn't been no miraculous change in it. Black people today are still open targets. We might as well be Putin, because they still use the same exact tactics that they use on Putin to come at black people. They cut off our food, water supply, money. You know what I'm saying? We can't open up banks. We can't even own our own bank. Why can't a black person own our own bank? I mean, like, that just got started. But we couldn't. They started when they seen it. We was going to college and producing Dr. Martin Luther King's Juniors. They start charging for college because they know the poor person won't be able to afford it. And then when they do give you these little grants and stuff, I mean, like, you gotta bust your ass just to find that in school, you know. And before I leave Earth, I want to leave with this message out there to people to pick up and watch and see and receive the knowledge that's baked all into it, the jewels that's encrusted all into this conversation, you know. The thing about knowledge is you have to have it. You have to have it to survive and move forward. Otherwise, you're going to be stagnated and just fighting anything first thing you see. And like I said, there's no way I will ever look at a police officer in a way that there's some upstanding standards or any kind. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, because, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, if you allow all this Jim Crow era shit to still exist, you know what I'm saying? Even people that make lawmakers, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, or the judges, you know what I'm saying? If you let crazy shit just come out your mouth, then you part of the problem. If you let heinous acts happen for no reason, and you say, oh yeah, I believe in fairness, no. You don't. You don't deserve that. And to sit there and tell a person that you never lie about what? You'll never lie about what, man? Lie about being a good crook that's painted and texturized in law to where you can get away with pretty much anything, including murder. And I mean, like, and we citizens have elected these motherfuckers to have the power to take our lives, have the right to kill us, slay us. But not one of these motherfuckers has ever submitted their DNA, passed any type of sex offense proof test. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been sex offense proof. Like, what tests have they passed? I mean, like, honestly, go up to them and ask them, like, what test do you pass? They only spend like 2 hours on search and seizures when they're training officers on being officers. So if they don't know about search and seizures, if they don't care about your search and seizures, if they only giving them 2 hours of training on search and seizures, then any and everything go. You got these cops out here right now rubbing on niggas' balls, getting off on that shit. When doing illegal searches, pat downs. Come on. You got fucking rape kits sitting inside your motherfucking station. Go after those motherfuckers. Got a whole list of bad guys to go after. You ain't gotta go inside no comic book store and find out where Dr. Freeze put his motherfucking ray gun at. Go get those rape kits tested. And then that's the other side of the scoop, baby. You got these fake clinics where they test DNA samples at, where they complain all the time saying, oh, we don't have enough labs. There's only like 3 labs in the whole country. No. 3 labs in the whole country to test DNA? No. That sounds like some bullshit. Every county needs their own. And there need to be a police squad that's over that whole situation, specifically. There need to be the squad of people from other areas just overseeing that whole transportation of, that daily transportation and asking of DNA samples from rape kits. I mean, like, these victims don't just jump out here and just give their stories and pour their stories out to these people so they can look at them half naked and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or treat them half-assed and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's brutal. It's brutal how they treat the victims. They treat the victims as if they caused it themselves. So, of course, they're not going to report everything. So, if you want to blame somebody, blame the police for the so few people that make it through this shit. I mean, like, and the next time a person comes to me and try to sit back here and say, oh, and compare this government to God by saying, oh, this never did nothing wrong. They never, motherfucker, they didn't even give women the rights to vote until 1920. Why would a white man keep his own daughters or wife away from being able to vote? Because he's or get paid equally. Still haven't been able to get paid equally. But this your daughter that you sit back here and say you love and killed all these black people for. And it'll kill you to see her be independent and have money and make her decisions and even running a country somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's how you had your female. That's how America has its females housed up. These so-called white forefathers, rapists. You know what I'm saying? They all had slaves. They raped every single one of them. I don't give a fuck. Truth be told, it's hard for me to say that, you know what I'm saying, should there's somebody that's white that doesn't have rape DNA running inside their veins. No, it's impossible to say. Because even from Alexander the Great, went country to country raping women and the whole night, all creating offsprings of rapists. And going to other countries, fucking with Indians, and trying to killed off that whole Indian Indian tribe, raped them, and destroyed them, their lineages, and created a whole nother subculture and calling it Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it 1,000 right now. Because I don't think y'all fucking hear me, man. I don't think y'all fucking really hear what's going on. And inside those cultures, you know what I'm saying, shoot, they're raping each other. It's families and shit like that. Doing a number on the whole situation. I mean, like, and you got time to come at somebody else, a black person, who hasn't done nothing to your country or your involvement, You want to hate us. We're the first people that you hate. Because you standing with racism. And if you stand with racism, you is at ground zero with the rapists. You're standing right next to, within shoulder's length of the next rapist. Or the biggest rapist. You one step from the biggest rapist. And you supporting that shit. You support that shit. All the way. And anybody who say they like racism or hate black people, and you like rapists. You like rape. Because that's all that went on with slavery. Rape. And if you stand with that shit, then that's what you own. You own some rapist shit. You're a rapist. Your family's rapist. You know what I'm saying? You're pedophiles. All of you motherfuckers need to be on Megan's Law and shot. Bing, 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 bing. You see that? You know what I mean? Now there's no more rapists. Now it's civilians. You know what I'm saying? You stand with racism, you're supporting the whole rape community. Bottom line. You ain't gotta be white to be right. Facts. Yeah, I know you can say I'm angry. You can say this, you can say that. Nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that, that. You don't know what I'm at. Fuck you. But one thing I do want to say is this, man. I mean, I just hope after seeing this video, you ain't got that fucking battery in your back no more. Coming at the wrong people. Doing the easy little job that you've been doing. Acting tough like you acting. Like you really about that life. You ain't about that life. You go up in these jail cells, bootlick these motherfucking cops, suck their cocks and everything. You know what I'm saying? Scared to death of these motherfuckers. I'm not hating on them motherfuckers, but once you start trying to make your business my business or my business your business, that's when we gonna have a fucking problem. Cause I don't wanna know about you and you don't even fucking know about me. But after the day, you will. After the day, you'll feel that flame. Motherfuckers start looking at you different. And for you turncoat ass niggas, yeah. The gems done been dropped on you niggas, you know what I'm saying? The real people already gonna know how to get rid of you. And once they get rid of you, you gone. You'll never be able to breathe or see again in history. I am starting the extermination of you bitch niggas right now. All you dick riding Uncle Tom ass niggas, the end is near. You rapists, the time is here. It's over. You can't fight what you can't see. That's the key. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And if you ain't got knowledge, you weak as shit. You need to learn something. Peace.